What's up? My name is Alayar and I teach people how to learn any language you want on your own online. Once you have enough trust for me, there's a link in the description where you can find more information. So, you're learning a foreign language or want to learn a foreign language. You have to make sure that what you write and speak is correct, because once you've learned it correctly, it's super difficult to relearn that stuff. So it's far better to learn correct stuff in the first place. Obviously, you need to enrich your vocabulary. In order to do that, you not only gotta know words, but also use them in sentences. After all, knowing words is worthless unless you use them. But since that's not your mother tongue, you kinda don't know if the way you use the word or phrase is natural and correct. And even if your sentence is grammatically correct, right? So you gotta check it somehow. However, on this journey of learning another language, you're on your own. I mean, you may have gotten friends that learn the same language as you, but what I say is that you don't have someone who's super advanced or even a native speaker to tell you that this is correct, that's incorrect, this sounds weird, that sounds natural, right? Furthermore, you do not need them. Seriously, you don't need a tutor, a teacher. Learning languages all by yourself is absolutely possible. I know for a fact anyone can learn any language on their own. You just need the internet connection that you have, unless you're a fucking alien that somehow access YouTube. And that's it. I'm the walking proof of that. Yeah, in case you're wondering, English isn't my first language. So I had to figure out how to learn languages all by myself on my own. And I've faced that problem and many others. I've been absorbing this beautiful language for more than a year now. So what do we do? What I come up with is AIs. Yeah, those motherfuckers are gonna be super useful in this journey. But how do we use them? Do we Google name of the language, grammar check AI? No, we don't. We just use ChatGPT. What's wrong with those who are meant to be solely grammar checkers is that they oftentimes change the words you used. So you can't know if the way you use the word is correct because it's been replaced, regardless of whether or not it's being misused. So we can form an absolutely naturally sounding sentence, and correct one, and it still will change the words. For example, DePaul. These sentences are absolutely grammatically correct, but it still replaced some words, even though with a clear mind is correct here. There is no mistake here. So that's why we don't use DePaul when we want to find out if we used a particular word or phrase correctly. For that purpose, we use ChatGPT and its alternatives. If it's not available in your country, you may use Perplexity and the BAI, they're decent, or just use VPN. Anyways, what do we type in here? We type our sentence and then this phrase. Are there any grammar mistakes? If so, show me with explanation. I took that sentence from my notebook and I wrote that a long time ago. Shame, I don't know when. So here's a little advice for you. When you learn words and write them in your notebook, mark the date of the day. Because eventually you'll be skipping through a notebook, as I'm doing right now, to watch your progress. And knowing what date was that eventually will come in handy. Anyways, ChatGPT gave us some good explanation and it corrected our sentence. So here's its super incorrect. Here's the correct version. But bear in mind that this sentence is incorrect, complicated, and long. So ChatGPT works here just fine. But what can happen when you write something simple, like this sentence right here, ChatGPT can give you some shit. If you have time to read it, do it, but I'll just read this part. No grammatical errors are present in your original sentence. My previous suggestions were meant to offer alternative phrasing rather than correct mistakes. Thanks for pointing that out. Basically, it didn't find anything in your sentence that is incorrect. And it just rephrased it. Why? God knows. However, the same message, Perplexity, gives us some good information here. It points out that there is repetition, that is repeated, so it doesn't sound, right? So don't trust ChatGPT solely. use it with Perplexity. And once you made sure that your sentence is grammatically correct, you can check if it sounds natural to a native speaker. So you can basically type, does this sentence sound natural to a native speaker? And these two phrases will do magic for you. And you can adjust them how you want. You want to put more emphasis on a particular word and check if you used it correctly and it sounds natural. Great. You can type, does the word sound natural in this scenario? Boom. Yes, it does sound natural. And if in fact it doesn't, and this word sounds weird and out of tune, then ChatGPT will suggest you a better word that is more common and being used in this scenario more often. And now you know the difference between two similar words and the situations that they are being used in frequently. So that's how it works. That way you make sure you use words and phrases naturally and your sentences are correct. But if they're not, don't rewrite them from a screen. Do it from memory. That way you will remember the correct version of a sentence. Okay, that's it. And a little advice here, if you need to check your text and typing it would surely take too much time, just press Windows plus H on your keyboard and speak it if you're in Windows. So it should be something like this. If you're on Mac, then it's a little bit more complicated there. And I'm going to find a simple little tutorial for you and leave it in the description.